All right, coming to you for the Silver Cup round 2. I'm Nate Perkins, joined here with Madison Walker.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're switching courses for round 2. We're coming from the Roland Ridge Disc Golf, headed over to Silver Creek Disc Golf Course.
Which is my personal favorite of the two.
It's right there on beautiful Lake Michigan.
And it's got the famous hole with the basket up on the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's so awesome. There's kind of a feeling there. We had some cool fog on the early morning ladies rounds. Definitely a magical.
That fog was beautiful.
It was.
You couldn't even see very far out into the lake.
No.
It was mystical. All right, hole 1 is a pretty tricky starting hole. Very tight. There's a couple of options. You can take an Anheuser tight. Looks like Schultz is doing just that, the tight Anheuser. It's like a fast mid-range, and he's found his way up to circle's edge. Or you can take this Heiser sidearm, which Kevin Jones is showing you how to throw right there.
That worked out perfectly for commentary. Cale obviously is going to do the backhand route. That's his bread and butter.
Lining up that M4. To find yourself within 15 feet is pretty good on this hole. I mean, those woods are tight.
I mean, it's definitely a skillful shot. It's a tight gap you have to hit, but also it does require a little bit of luck. Oh, wow. Nice shot, too. It requires a little bit of luck there at the end because there are so many trees. This green is very well guarded, so you can see Schultz probably got a little bit caught up in the trees.
Looks like he hit a tree from inside the circle. Kevin from 28 feet. Taking no time at all. And you're going to see a lot of those types of putts from Kevin Jones.
Is Kevin always a straddle putter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't gotten to watch many of his rounds.
Yeah, he gets right into that straddle, takes one stroke toward the pin, and just fires it.
I love that. Just really trusting your body, trusting your gut. Nate makes that birdie putt look super easy.
Andrew tapping in a par.
And Cale walking away with his birdie as well.
3 for 4 on that hole is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And we are moving on to the first hole along the water. On the left side, you can't see, but it literally, this entire hole runs along the edge of Lake Michigan. It's so awesome.
Right behind a tee pad, there's a little trail that takes you out to a nice beach.
You can hear the waves lapping the whole time.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of trouble you can get in unless you get off the fairway. There's some Schultz. It's a pretty straight shot, very straightforward. 270 feet. Just kind of want to throw a putter or mid as long and straight with a gentle finish.
Kevin coming up a little short on that one. Cale getting that nose a little more down than he wanted, and he's also going to come up short.
There's surprisingly a lot of room behind the basket as well. If you put too much on it, you can go pretty deep. I like the flick route.
Yeah, it's a little too tight for me to throw the backhand. I like to try and get the sidearm down there. Andrew
Agreed.
Showing you how to throw the hole.
Wow.
Getting that nose up, slides up to 15 feet.
Oh no.
Somewhere in those woods. There she is.
Those are my favorite shots to watch.
Kevin's looking to draw some metal on this one.
Man, he really gets some spring too.
Mm-hmm. He uses his legs for sure. So does Cale. He gets down and into it. Heiser putt, just a little low from 50 feet. Once again,
looking
from the
to
woods.
scramble. Yeah. Nice recovery from that bush. Yeah, I always try not to play this hole without at least walking down to the beach and sticking my hands in the water. It's like my routine at this course.
I don't know how many of the guys on this lead card went and stuck their hands in the water, but
Kevin saving his par.
I love these red baskets, though.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Seeing these in the woods with the sun coming through the trees, it's a nice sight.
It really is. It's picturesque. So we're moving on to one of my favorite holes on the course. Very technical. You can be aggressive if you want to with a nice risk reward, or there's a nice little layup zone in the grass right here that we're looking at the base of this hill. I don't know what these guys do. The ladies will sometimes lay up, but then you have to approach the green. Maybe not in the route that drone went. But
that was a little too tight for my taste.
Yeah.
But I think most of these guys are trying to get on top of the hill. That hill that Andrew's thrown into right there. That can be a tough up shot from that lie right there. So Kevin's definitely looking to attack the pin and get on top.
Yeah. That shot will set you up for a blind approach.
Yeah.
No. The trickle.
Yeah, that's also going to be a tough approach.
There's so many trees and from that landing zone to where the basket is, and the basket's on a little mini little bluff as well.
Yeah, if you go long, there's really no putt. And Cale's playing that mid-range out left. Great shot from Cale.
I love the forehand flex. That's what I did too. You really can bite some off working that full flight.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to go outside that tree and get on top of that hill.
Looks like you got way up on the hill.
Yeah, Kevin going jump putt from below the hill, and he's hit an early tree. He's going to be 70, 80 feet out for his par.
Even though he was at the bottom of the hill, he still had a nice look at the basket and approaches the pin, puts it basically right underneath.
Yeah, great shot from Andrew. Yeah, looks like Kevin's just laying this one up for his par. Excuse me, it's a par 4.
Cale just lays up as well. It's a smart play. You can see that little bluff behind, and you really just don't want to mess with that. It's like a wall. Lay out belly putt for eagle.
Right into the poison ivy.
Kevin walks away with a par. Andrew with a nice birdie. And Nate with a tap-in birdie as well. I love that hole. So awesome. Look at all this blue already. 3 holes in.
Yeah, this course definitely sets up for more birdies than we saw during round 1 at Rolling Ridge. The holes are a little shorter. There's still a lot of technical shots, and there is going to be a lot of separation, but this lead card's definitely looking to fill that up with blue.
Mm-hmm. This one is a little bit more uphill than you can tell on the camera angle. I would say it's pretty steep. There's the line to the basket's a little awkward. The turnover backhand, I think, is definitely the play, but there's a couple trees that are just in the perfect position to knock you out of the sky.
Yeah, it's pretty technical.
I love the forehand. Sometimes I can't figure out how to get it all the way there. Oh my gosh, and he pins it.
A little love from one of the roots of those trees.
What was that?
That was a S-line PD2.
That looked awesome. Kevin
throws a nice line. Looks like he got that late guardian tree, and he's going to have an outside the circle look. One pump, up and in.
Wow, makes it look easy.
That's a Kevin Jones putt right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Full commitment.
I love watching this kid play.
Does he putt like that downhill too?
Yep.
Awesome.
From any distance, he loves it.
Oh, a little chain out to the left. Cale looking to convert.
Cale. You don't see that too often from Cale. I really don't see Cale miss right very much. He's really dialed with that hyzer putt.
This hill, like I said, is a little bit steeper than you can, but even the footing feels a little bit awkward. So definitely steeper than it looks on the camera. Taps in for a par, and we get to watch a easy birdie putt, the easiest putt of the hole.
Cale tapping in for par.
Oh, we're just gonna skip the birdie putt. We all know what was gonna happen. Moving on to hole 4.
Well, this one's tough. This gap that we are about to fly through right here is maybe 200, 250 feet away, and it's small. And then to hyzer right over here on this hill that you see on your left is really where you want to be, which leaves you 35 feet for the birdie. Very technical hole.
Yeah, a lot can go wrong here too. If you get a kick over to the right, there is not a very friendly landing zone, and not a whole lot you can do unless you penetrate a little bit further down the right side. Then there's surprisingly a little secret gap. But you don't want to try.
I was a little inside. Looks like Kevin hung that one a little outside.
Come on.
Looks like Andrew was a little right as well.
Got caught
See
up
if
in
Cale
this.
can't find this gap.
Oh, yeah. And he peers it.
Oh, getting a little luck through that final group of trees, and he's within 20 feet for his birdie.
I feel like this hole you could throw a mean forehand flex to, but it's pretty aggressive.
Uh-oh. A little awkward lie.
Oh, whoopsie.
And they show it again? Okay,
Oh, no.
no, different shot. I'm like, oh no.
All the angles.
All right, the approach to 25 for the bogey 4.
This is such a hard par 3, it really is. It's a good par 3, though.
Yeah. Andrew has a lane to the pin, has some trees to work with, and he's made a nice approach.
Nice little aspen trees on the left.
Looks like Kevin Jones has a tricky sidearm approach.
Yeah, you can see he got tucked to the right in a zone that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, that group of trees right there can really prevent your access to the pin.
It looks like he got a forehand around the corner pretty nicely.
This is from 28 feet for a bogey 4.
Oh. I hate those ones that just bounce off the rim.
Yeah, low pocket is not great.
You're so close.
Andrew up and in for his par save.
Jeez, seriously with that drive though?
Looks like Kevin made his way up into a little hill.
Yeah, it looks like he's got somewhat of a tricky putt. I remember him taking some time to line this one up. His footing wasn't great. He had some trees to work with.
And he converts a scramble. That's
That's
awesome.
a nice putt. He didn't get to do his normal routine, normal stance, so that's nice of him to put it up in the chains.
After a really tough approach.
This is just fantastic to be this
Wow.
close on this hole. You don't see that one very often. This one is not birdied very often. That's a great 2 from Cale.
Especially not without a long putt. Like, it's impressive that he just had that
Right,
close
to
of a
filter
putt.
that close, absolutely. I'm not happy. Cale's taking 3 on me.
Oh, no. So that Cale takes the lead at this point.
Yeah, it looks like
And-
there's a
three-way
three-way tie
tie.
for the lead. All right, here we are.
Hole
Super
6.
Silver, the lighthouse hole. This is just one of my favorites. I mean, not only is it a great pin position, but it's just a great hole in general. You've got to go 330, pretty straight, with a hyzer finish at the end. It's pretty much a 90-degree
Yep.
turn, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I threw a Firebird on this. I think you just want it to go straight and hard and really just hyzer and get some distance.
Yeah, you're trying to get that skip at the end, maybe with the
Definitely.
Firebird shot. Cale's also going overstable right here, and he's just hung it a little to the right.
There's some trees that kind of prevent the filtering out to the left. Let's see if Kevin can get through them.
And
Looks like he finds a hole.
yeah, he went a little inside, but sometimes that works out. I think he's going to be looking at a 50-footer for his eagle.
I think inside is actually the secret route.
Right,
The way
right.
to
To
go.
go inside that tree and get a little skip.
Yeah, just kind of crash and hope you don't hit anything.
I'm going overstable PD2 to try and get that skip, and that's just a little too fast, a little too straight.
I do like that play. I didn't see anyone throw a skip shot. That's pretty. Makes a lot of sense.
And you're starting to see some of this fog that we were talking about.
Oh, I couldn't see where that hit.
Cale's got a tough approach, tough decision to make with some trees in front of him, a lot of airspace. He chooses to go over the top, a little deep, but that's a great shot from
Yeah,
Cale.
you're kind of up on a hill. You can see Nate's like looking down at the pin with a bunch of branches in the way.
Yeah, this one was pretty tricky. Up and into the fog.
You want to get it as close as you can because it is an elevated basket.
It's a very tough basket. There's usually a lot of there's some wind on this hole normally, and you don't want to be putting from 30 feet on this elevated of a pin.
We were pretty fortunate in the ladies' card. We didn't have any wind. Did y'all have to deal with wind in the
There was a
afternoon?
little wind. You see those trees blowing right there. I mean, there were maybe 15, 20 miles per hour of wind, and if you're on the wrong side of that wind, it can be tough putting up that.
Nose up.
Yeah.
Okay. Great putt. Nice birdie.
Yeah, great catch by the basket on that high left side. Cale, dead center. Great birdie from Cale, out of position.
In reality, you have to have those stairs because that basket is so high. I mean, it looks like he could reach it, but... Nope, still going for the
Good
stairs.
par save from Andrew. Kevin, and really that's not as easy as it looks. When you're right down there below it, I have some trouble getting my disc to sit in the bottom of that basket.
100%.
Yeah.
The chains are kind of heavy, and like you have to really push it. Like
you have to penetrate. Penetrating from right below is difficult.
Moving to hole 7. This is also a great hole. Definitely a gettable birdie for anyone in the open field. You have to hit a little gap initially off the tee, and but after that, you pretty much just want it to finish softly, not go too far into those bushes deep.
I really like this hole right after the lighthouse hole. Cale's going M4. Look at that follow through. He's got this one high enough.
Oh yeah.
Fading out a little left, maybe 25 feet for his birdie. Kevin's going putter.
Really?
Also a great follow through. Yeah, he's throwing a wizard up there to the pin.
Wow.
Great shot from Kevin. I'm going overstable PD2 high left side.
The forehand flex is
over the top, trying to get it to fade out.
Perfect.
It's going to settle in. Andrew's throwing a mid-range.
Oh, y'all make this look easy. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. It's such a tricky fairway. A little short from 33 feet.
It's almost the bushes grow up high too, so you have to put it a little bit high and just trust that you're not.
Higher than you might want to on a 330-foot hole.
Nice birdie putt from Cale. Looks like almost around the circle's edge. Boom. Another birdie. Does he go wizard to wizard? Or does he putt with something else?
I believe he's putting with the wizard right now.
Awesome.
He might be putting with the Prodiscus putter in the tournament. Oh, a little high. Gets some love. Falls in the bottom of the basket.
Too much legs.
Too much legs from 15, Kevin. All right, so we've got somewhat of a battle. Cale and Kevin are tied at 12. Myself and Andrew tied at 10 down.
Andrew's looking to get a few more birdies. He's playing some smooth par golf, but
this is a really great par 4. It's a true placement shot off the tee. Maybe these players are looking to get maybe 400 feet off the tee, but the placement needs to be dead center because that approach is difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of a straight line with no other options to the basket, and if you're over to the right or the left, you don't really have a great look.
Yeah, it's just that skinny route that you see up the middle.
The only thing you really have to contend with on this fairway is that bush that you can see Kevin just passed on the left-hand side. You don't want to get tangled up in there.
Yeah, the approach is difficult from there. Kevin just blasted one up there low.
Nice drive.
I'm flexing one just to get to Kevin's drive.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Mm-hmm. Looks like Andrew has this one a little turned over. A little bit on the right side. Let's see what his approach is. So he's got to go strong and hyzer from here to try and hit that gap that's maybe 12 feet wide.
With a patent pending. Oof.
I'm dead center, and I'm still having to work with my body to try and get straight. D-line P3X to 20 long.
Even if you do land in the perfect spot for this approach, it's still such a scary, narrow gap that you have to hit.
Yeah.
Like, it is not...
Lots of those little trees that just take the flight completely out.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin's close enough to run for this pin. Looks like he hung it out a little to the right. He's not happy with that shot.
Andrew filters up near the basket.
Getting a little lucky on that left side. He's going to be checked up 12 feet for his par.
Kevin got tangled in the branches on the right-hand side. Lays out, he wants it.
Not too happy about having an unmakeable putt from 40 feet right there.
Especially after that mash of a drive. Great birdie putt.
Yeah, I would definitely call that a tester putt from 20 feet after going a little long on that hole. It's a great birdie to pick up, so you get a little bit of those nerves. Like, I really want to get this one, you
The
know?
putt was good, but your approach was very impressive. That you went past the basket. That's kind of a tough feat. You have to throw dead straight.
One putt down, up and in for his par. He's not loving it.
And Andrew will take his par as well. I feel pretty okay about getting a par on that hole. That is such a tough approach. There's lots of holes to score on out here, and this one's not necessarily one that you can bank on. Good to see Cale get a birdie on that hole. He's just shredding the front nine.
Yeah, only 2 pars so far through 8 holes, so Cale's definitely on a move. And this hole has been extended. This is a great risk-reward hole for the men. It's all of 470 to get to the pin. I know it says 524. You're going a bit downhill. I think Cale's just laying up, so there is an OB road at around 400 feet and off to the left as well. So if you do attack the pin, there's that OB road right there. Cale's laying up.
It'll make for an easy approach and an easy three.
I'm attacking this green.
Yes.
Putting it up in the air, hyzering left.
Wow.
Oh, getting a good Annie skip. That's how I didn't go in that tree. And I'm looking at 30 feet for my eagle.
Kevin always taking the route that you won't expect.
Kevin going pure hyzer.
Wide right.
Well over the road, a little right though, and he's going to have a tough lie for her. Andrew also playing it safe. 150-foot approach, puts it 20 feet away. Cale from 120 puts it close for his birdie.
Kevin's in the jungle, but still with a gap.
Kevin's in the jungle. All right.
Look at his eagle putt. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it was from outside the circle.
Hopefully.
My card mates weren't watching. Jump now.
Everyone, look over there. Nice little.
Andrew gets it up and over the rim for his birdie.
It don't look good, but it goes in.
I feel like this is one of the tweener holes. Definitely could be considered a par 3. But awesome.
Yeah, because of that OB, I feel that you could also call it a par 4 because
100%.
a lot of people that do attack it do go left, end up out of bounds.
It's a tough blind tee shot as well. So moving on to hole 10.
I know you love this hole.
This is my arch nemesis.
Is it your arch nemesis? I see you parking this hole.
It's a pure backhand. I had some trouble with it in practice, but I finally got it during the last round that I played it.
It's somewhat of a touchy shot. It's downhill, and you've got to throw it soft enough to hyzer out left. If you go too straight, you're not going to have any look for birdie.
Mm-hmm. There's so much trouble you can get in on the left and right too. If you kick a tree and go into the bushes, you're just done. There's really not a whole lot of scramble opportunity from the edges of the fairway.
Yeah, and that was a C-line FD off the mulch to the pin. One of my better shots of the round. Cale also following my line, skipping right off that mulch. His a little faster, 20 long looks like.
They're making this hole look easy. It is not an easy hole.
It's a tight gap.
It is so tight. It's downhill and low ceiling. And also there's a bunch of trees you have to navigate around. So it's like a very touch hyzer, straight to hyzer finish. It's like Andrew's getting tangled up on the right side, and trust me, you don't want to be there.
Yeah, that's not a fun lie.
Mm-mm. He did filter through a little bit. And he puts it up into the circle with not much of an issue.
Kevin from the jungle again.
Boom.
All right, a little left side.
We didn't get
falls
to see the legs.
in. From the woods. Nice putt, Kevin. Cale with a tough lie can't do his normal putt. Oh no, just has to lob that one up there and doesn't put enough on it. He's not happy with that par.
It hurts to get a par when you're inside the circle with no look at a real putt.
Andrew, good par save from the right side of the fairway.
One thing I can't harp on enough about this course is they have it so well maintained. It's so well taken care of. All the greens look so nice with the mulch. It's so enjoyable. It's so scenic to play. One of my favorites.
I completely agree. I'm in love with Silver Creek. This one has also been extended into a par 4. That's the original pin position right there. As they show, that road is OB. I love that little graphic. And this is a tough par 4 to get it in a good spot to find that gap between that big cedar tree down there.
Yeah, to have like a 15 or 20 foot gap like that far down the fairway is tough. With OB so close. Nate's doing the play that I think a lot of people are looking to do, which is a skip off the road or a high hyzer that finishes. Wow.
Well, this one's getting a little action.
Hey, I kind of like where it rolled.
All right. Don't hate it. And Kevin Jones is actually looking to attack this pin, so check this hyzer out. He's going up over the top of everything. I've never even seen that line.
Such a freak.
And he is just spiking down on top of it. He's in the bullseye.
Look at that tombstone.
For his eagle.
That is so
I've never seen it
unbelievable.
done. Incredible distance, all of 500 feet on hyzer. It's impressive, Kevin.
Cale kind of does a little bit of layup, or I don't know if he maybe put it nose down a little too much. He's a little shorter of the landing zone than I think most people want.
Yeah. It's like Andrew's looking to attack a little bit more, and he's found that cedar tree. He's right behind that tree, and that's a really tough approach from there.
Cale finds that little narrow gap, makes it look easy. That is not an easy shot.
No, it's not. That's a good hyzer from Cale.
Nate says, hey, check out my landing zone.
Hanging it a little wide, a little long as well. 28 feet left for the birdie. Andrew.
With a blind forehand flex shot that doesn't quite hang on. Looks like it fades out a little early. Oh,
A little left side.
that's one you want to convert on. Nate looking for birdie. Sometimes I feel like during commentary, if I talk, I'm going to get in the player's head. It's so silly.
That's funny.
Like I want to be quiet, and I'm like, wait, you're supposed to be talking. Cale's looking at that tombstone like, oh my god.
Yeah, Kevin still hasn't taken his putt. Just in our face.
Yeah.
I'm going to eagle.
Hey, everyone, check this out.
Cale for birdie, though. It's a good birdie from out of position.
For sure.
Andrew tapping in his par, and here we are from, it's got to be less than 12 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, the
Everyone-
crowd loves it.
Oh, yeah, they're going
They
nuts.
were stoked.
It was loud. So impressive. Such a great eagle. I like that there's 2 eagles on the card so far. Pretty awesome. I keep saying the front 9. It's more like the front 12 here, right? Mm-hmm.
And
So-
here we are at hole 12.
So this hole is reminiscent of a lot of the holes I feel like we played at Idlewild. It's straight uphill. We had some good practice the week prior, and you basically just try to keep it out in the open. But there is a lot of trouble on both sides and a little bit of a low ceiling on the drive.
Yeah, if you hyzer out early on this hole, it's not pretty in those cedars.
And if you flip over onto the right side, it is kind of a cliff. A little bit. It goes. It's a little cliffy past those trees.
Absolutely. And Kevin has put a move on it up there, and he's thrown all of 500 feet. It's probably 600 feet to the pin on this 400-foot hole because it is so uphill. So he's going to be looking to putt for his too.
Cale gets around the corner, and he'll be in the landing zone where he'll have a wide open look at the pin. This hill's kind of up on a little ant mound.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
it just drops off on all sides around the basket except for right at it.
Yeah, it's
So
a very protected green too.
and you want to really lay up something really touchy with not a lot of skip, because if you skip at all, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, you can be 12 feet away on this one and not have a putt because of those cedars that are left and right of the pin. Making these up shots look easy.
Oh,
Little left side on that one, but
should be fine.
again, 18 feet away, might have to straddle.
I feel like there was a lot of straddle putting at Silver Creek. Spent a lot of time.
Yeah, the greens are pretty protected. Oh. No. Can't believe it.
Was it nubbed or just a little left?
I think this is for Kevin's 2? I'm
Wow.
not sure.
Ooh, he wants it.
Yeah, I think that was his eagle bid right there.
He kind of relies on those trees behind the basket to backboard him, and they work pretty well.
Tapping in a par 4. Kevin tapping in his birdie. Cale and Andrew for birdie as well.
Kevin pats the basket. Good boy.
And that's it for the front 12 of round 2. Kevin Jones has taken the lead, 9 down through 12 holes. He's 17 down total. Cale at 16, myself at 15, and Andrew at 12.
And we will see you guys in the back 12. Thanks for listening.